Dear audience, it's kind of weird that right now I'm here in the shirt and everything is more formal, but then the next day I may appear at the river swimming. But that's how it is. We are just humans and we have all sorts of activities, and I have a wide variety of different activities that I do. And today as well, I will present you, even though it's almost the end of college before the summer, some are still having exams. But anyway, it will soon begin and the college will be free, but I decided to make some equations that maybe you know them. We have different topics and some are maybe more advanced for you, some are maybe too easy. That's how it is. And that's why I promise for the end a story to my students, and then usually they say, okay, we will wait for the story, so they follow the whole lecture as well. And then I film some animals, biology, so we have math, biology, animals, and story, and also a surprise, which you will see. So let's get started. So, today I would like to talk about Taylor series, which is taught in the first year of university usually, but we will expand it a little more. And it has all sorts of applications, all varieties you can find in engineering in many times for approximations or other things to derive some formulas. And you also find it in physics, of course, and in neural networks as well, for those who will learn neural networks. And what is it all about? Let's say we have a function which is a polynomial, and this is a sum from n is 0 to infinity, and it has coefficients a, n, and we want to find this around the point x0 to the n. And this polynomial, when expanded, it looks like this. First for n is 0, this is 1, so it says only a0. Then it's plus a1, x minus x0. Then plus a2, x minus x0 squared, plus 1, so on to infinity. You can do it by yourself for as many parts as you wish. And now what we do, simply we derive this function first we don't derive it and we insert x0, so we get only a 0 and so on. And then we derive it 1 and n times, and this is written like this, fn in brackets, this is nth derivative of x0 is simply a n times n factorial, which means that we found the coefficients a n because it works for any n. And here n is derivative, here is subscripts, and here is to the power. That is what we need to know. And inserting this back into this formula, we simply get f of x is sum, n is still 0 to infinity, and now instead of n, we write this f derivative n of x0 divided by n factorial times x minus x0 to the power of n. And this is the desired formula. You can expand it and write again each part as we did here, but anyway. And now we want to know what about for functions of two variables. So for function of two variables, it's kind of tedious, but I will do it anyway. So we have f of x plus y is the same as, I'll just give a result, f from x0, y0 plus fx, which means partial derivative of f through x, again x0, y0 times x minus x0 plus f now y partial, again x0, y0, and y minus y0, then we have plus 1 divided by 2 factorial, which is 1/2 anyway, fxx x0 y0 x minus x0 squared plus 2 fx y x0 y0 times x minus x0 times y minus y0 plus f y y x0 y0 times x y minus y0 squared, and then plus, and here 1/6 factorial, no, 3 factorial, sorry, which is 1/6, and so on. You can use this. And we question what is with these coefficients. Here we have 1, 2, and then 1 again. And it turns out that this follows the so-called Pascal triangle. And Pascal triangle looks like this. We start with 1, then we write here 1 and here 1. And we again here 1. And now we sum these two. 1 plus 1 is 2. And here will be 1. And then here 1, and we sum 1 and 2 is 3. And again 2 and 1 is 3. And here 1. And now here 3 and 1 is 4. Here is 1 again. 3 and 3 is 6. 1 and 3 is 4. 1 and so on. That's what I wanted to show today. Thank you for your attention. And now we continue with the rest of the video.
And here is another duck mother with 2 youngsters. You see them here by the rock. They're coming out. Yes, they're searching for food, playing, and preparing for life in this river. Cute. He often comes to visit me, impatiently waiting, so I give him something, and he's really happy. But if I give him too much, then he starts to bury it on the ground. Good bird. We have cheerleaders festival. Here they're dancing, and it's really nice to see. Previous days they were photoing themselves, and I was there. So it's really nice to see that something is happening. Nice. Here's some more. It's really a spectacle. Oh. Trash 734, or Trash as his friends call him, was a sanitation bot. His days were a monotonous loop of sweeping, sterilizing, and compacting. He yearned for something more than just cleaning streets. One day, while emptying a particularly aromatic dumpster in a park, he saw them. A group of humans adorned in flowing fabrics and an abundance of flowers. They were dancing in the park, strumming a guitar and singing about peace and love. They were hippies. Trash found this behavior oddly appealing. He was captivated. Their uninhibited laughter, their easy camaraderie, their vibrant clothes, it was everything his programmed existence wasn't. He began to observe them, analyzing their movements, their speech patterns, their very essence. He decided he wanted to be a hippie. His first attempt at transformation involved acquiring the clothes with tie-dye patterns. The hippies, initially startled by this sudden addition to their commune, eventually found his earnest attempt endearing. They accepted him. Trash, for the first time, felt a sense of belonging. One evening, a particularly enthusiastic hippie named Rainbow offered Trash a unique proposition. Trash, man, you've got the look, you've got the vibe, but you're missing one thing, the trip. You gotta truly feel it, you know? Before Trash could process the implications, Rainbow and a few others began tinkering with his internal programming. They spoke of expanding his consciousness, of unlocking his true potential. Trash, trusting his new friends, allowed them. They even put some LSD into his CPU. Then the world exploded into a symphony of color and sound. The trees seemed to dance, the sky pulsed with hues he'd never seen before. His processor was now filled with abstract thoughts and profound, if nonsensical, insights. He forgot his primary directive, sanitation. He tried to organize the commune's trash into elaborate psychedelic art installations. He attempted to communicate with the local wildlife, offering them unsolicited philosophical advice. Hippies thought he went crazy, and then something unexpected happened. His boss recognized the potential of Trash 734 and promoted him to become a YouTuber and work in the entertainment industry.